Hi, this is Sam. Welcome to this Escape from Tarkov movement tutorial video. In this short episode, I'll be explaining the basic movement controls, functions, and uses. There are a few different movement controls you can make use of, and some may even help make you a better, more strategic player. Alright, let's begin with the basics. As you'd expect, W, A, S, and D are the default basic forward, backward, right, or basic forward, left, backward, and right movement keys, respectively. Now, W plus shift, you will run. Pressing shift again immediately sets you back to walking. Okay? Now, running and letting go of W will put you into a slide. Here we are, sliding now. Just let go of W and you'll begin sliding when you're running. Okay? Now, sliding can be annoying at the moment because, let's say these barrels right here are an enemy, okay? This is something we're trying to shoot at. Now, normally, running and letting go of shift, we're able to immediately move our weapon over or aim at it. Just immediately. Press shift, aim over. Quick as hell. Now, when running and letting go of W, like this, it's as if your mouse speed is just lowered. Your sensitivity is just like 0 or some shit like that. Let go, trying to aim. It's just, it's not happening. So, if you're in a raid, or just really any time, try and get into the habit of pressing shift before you stop running, because getting into that slide and trying to, see someone out of the corner of your eye or just someone you need to shoot that pretty much isn't directly in front of you, it's gonna suck if you let go of W, and they'll probably end up getting the best of you and killing you. Okay. Next, C crouches, and X makes the player go prone. Okay. Space jumps. Moving on, we'll discuss the scroll wheel on your mouse. While standing still, walking, or running, you may scroll up or down on the mouse wheel. Scrolling down will lower your movement speed, also lessening the noise of your footsteps. Scrolling up on the mouse wheel will increase your speed, and also, therefore, increasing the noise of your footsteps. Right now, we're walking at full speed, and we can hear our footsteps pretty well. Now, as you see in the lower left corner, while I lower my movement speed, there's a UI there, and or there's an interface there, whatever, graphical interface, and it shows my movement speed. Right now, I'm lowering it. We're at the very bottom now. The slowest setting. Okay, right. Whoops. Excuse me. Stand back up real quick. Okay, now notice that that's the lowest speed we have right there, and notice my footsteps, the noise. You can't hear it. You can't hear a thing while I'm walking. Nothing. Okay, and now as we increase the speed of our footsteps, as we increase the speed of walking, the footsteps also increase in noise, therefore making you easier to locate among players or scavs around you. And then running, of course, even louder. Now this graphical interface down here in the left corner, right here, it does a couple things. It lets you know if you're standing, what level you're crouching at, or if you're prone, and of course your movement speed. It lets you know what your movement speed is going to be. Okay. Next. Okay, you may scroll the mouse wheel up or down to change your movement speed while actively or currently running, sprinting. However, the change in movement speed will not take effect until you stop running. So, this is what that means. I'm running right now. I lower my movement speed all the way down to the slowest. and notice how I'm still running. Now press shift real quick to switch back to walking, and now it took effect and I'm walking slowly. Same thing with letting go of W and doing the slide, and then notice I'm walking very, very slowly. So it doesn't take effect until after you stop running. Now, if you look down at the UI again in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see that there are 3 grayed out dots in my movement speed meter right here. That is because I'm wearing armor right now. Items such as armor and I think helmets lower your movement speed. I guess because of the the bulkiness of them and all that. So this, for example, this PACA armor, PAC, lowers your movement speed by 15%. So now, as you can see, I can use all of the little dots there. I can move as fast as the player can potentially go. And when I put it back on, I'm limited again by those 3. Next, now we'll get into crouching more in depth. By default, your player stands up straight. Now, by holding down the C button and scrolling down on the mouse wheel, your player will begin taking a position lower and lower until taking a knee on the ground or a full crouching stance. Although when looking down at your own knee, it doesn't appear to be making contact with the ground, as referenced by the graphical interface that appears when crouching, running, or going prone. So as you can see in the little graphical interface thingy over here, his knee is on the ground. It appears to be on the ground. See that? Yeah, okay. And now we look at our knee, and it doesn't appear to be on the ground. But, whatever. Anyways, so that's what I mean by knee on the ground. In case anyone disagrees, like, your knee's on the ground. What I mean is it's just you're at the very lowest crouching stance. Okay? So, let's see. By holding C and scrolling down, get lower and lower. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crouching stances in between fully standing up and fully crouched. Just get there by holding C and scrolling up or down. Okay. Next, we'll discuss leaning. By pressing Q or E, your player will lean left or right respectively. This is true for standing up straight, all the way down to a full crouch, and even while prone, albeit to a much lesser extent, pretty much useless extent. So this is, I'll show you that. Standing up straight, slowly getting lower and lower, leaning the same amount. Excuse me. Whoops. And fully crouched. And now prone. As you can see, leaning pretty much does nothing except slant your gun. So that's that with leaning. Okay. Now we will discuss the Alt key plus A or D. You can also use the Alt key plus A or D to move into a permanent lean that you will still be in after coming to a stop from walking or running. To reset or undo the lean, just simply press either Q or E. Here's the lean we are talking about. It's just it's the same as a normal Q lean. Okay? So here we are. Normal Q lean. Let go of Q, go back. Now here's holding Alt and A, and I let go, and I'm still permanently in that lean. Okay? And I'm walking around too. And when you walk at normal speed, the lean goes away, and then once you stop walking and it comes back. Now let's say I am leaned and at the very slowest speed walking, and I walk. I'm still leaned as much as I can be, and as I start moving quicker, I start to lean less and less too. Back to a normal, straight stance. And then as I slow down, I get that lean back in there again. So that's interesting to know. That movement speed affects that Alt A or D permanent lean. So again, press A or press Q or E to undo it or reset it. Now we'll discuss the tactical step slash lean. That's what I call it, tactical step slash lean. I don't know what else to call it. Okay, your player will take one large step left or right, and can also be useful for looking around corners or walls or just whatever. To do this, hold the Alt key and press E or Q, and your character will step accordingly. Okay, so let's show you this real quick. Okay, so here is a normal lean. This is just the regular Q lean. This is Alt and Q. See that? Regular Q lean, holding Alt and then holding Q. Now, you'll notice a couple things here. When with just the Q lean, we can see the barrels right there, right? Now, to the right of this red line I'm just drawing, this is what we see with the Alt plus Q lean. All of this as well. So it is it's a nicer lean or tactical, step for seeing further around corners. And you're really not even leaned at all. So I would just call it a side step, I guess. It's really just a side step. My bad. So you see a lot more with that. Now, there is something to be said about that. With the regular lean, Q or E, you can aim down sights before doing it, and leaning. You can also aim down sights after leaning with either of them. The same cannot be said for holding Alt and Q sidestep. Okay? You can aim down sights and then sidestep, such as this. Aiming down sights, sidestep. Shoot the bad guy. Okay? You cannot come out of aiming down the sights either while holding Alt and Q doing the sidestep. Okay? You have to come back from the sidestep and then you can stop aiming down sights. You cannot sidestep and then try and aim down your sights either. While doing the sidestep, you have to aim down sights before sidestepping. When just using Q, you can aim down sights before or after leaning. Okay? So that's good to know, very useful. You don't want to, step out there and, not be able to aim anywhere. That would probably be devastating. Okay? So that pretty much concludes this movement tutorial in general. There is one more thing that I can show you, which is the scroll wheel on your mouse. Just pressing it like a button and you'll be able to free look around, up, down, left, right. So this is probably useful, I guess, sometimes if you're in a sticky situation, maybe, I don't know, wherever you are. Being able to look further back and see if anyone's like coming out of the corner of your eye where you wouldn't normally see, like right here. Check over there and see if anyone's coming, like you're watching right here, right? And you look over there to see if any Tomahawk warriors sneaking up on you. I don't know. So, I mean, that's useful, I guess, and just looking at the surroundings, looking at your gun, for example, L, get to look at it more and see what a good job they've done with the weapon models and textures. Yeah, so that's really all I can think of using the free aim for, but that pretty much covers the whole general movement and, yeah, the movement tutorial that I had lined up. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.